Okay, this is another very important plant here. This is a bush or a tree. It's willow. And willow is good for two reasons. One is, well, you can get cordage off in it. Go to our cordage section, you'll be able to see how we do that. But also this tree here is a source of aspirin. And it has salicin in it. And the way you get that is you end up scraping up this bark. And this is the stuff that, right here, you would brew it into a tea. And it has a bitter taste to it, but that's the aspirin that's in it. And this is your aspirin tree. And so, you know, if you have a fever or something and you need aspirin, or your wound, you got a wound and you need to try and stop the pain, you can take this and go ahead and brew it into a tea and wash the wound, or drink the tea, and you'll get aspirin out of that. And if you have a fever, it can help with that. Now the second thing is, out here, if you're in a wilderness survival situation, these right here are going to be your toothbrush. You're going to chew those up until it's fuzzed, and this also has a component in it, a compound in it that actually kills plaque. And so this is going to be not only your aspirin tree, but it's going to be your toothbrush as well. So very handy tree, very handy bush. There's a lot of different types of willow, but all of them have that. So it's aspirin and your toothbrush. Found a spot here that has both sources of aspirin that we find in the wild. We just talked about the willow, which is willow here. It just so happens that right down here is the second source, which is called feverfew. Now if you find this in your flower garden, you'll call it a chrysanthemum, but this is feverfew, and it is the second source of aspirin or salicin in it that we find in the wild. And you take and brew a tea of this, and it'll give you another source of aspirin. Those are the two that you're going to find. Is this one here and also the willow. So two good plants to know, especially if you have a headache.